Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy. Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge ran 1 hour, 20 minutes and came out in 2020. The movie, before it even starts, when it does the production house logo, it already is having fun. It's doing Daffy Duck versus Scorpion. What a way to start. When the movie begins, tons of ants are attacking a scorpion. They pull back to reveal that a father is using this natural event to teach his son about willpower. I really like this dynamic, and I get extra on board with it when the son gets a piggyback ride from his pops to go back home. This is quite the way to introduce the man who will become Scorpion. They do a really great job getting me on the side of Hanzo Hasashi with how he treats his kid. Hanzo is even defensive when it appears that his home village has been abandoned. His caution is it's smart because it hasn't been abandoned by everyone. There are a bunch of ninjas here, and they have been killing all of the citizens of this village. And so, Hanzo, future Scorpion, is doing right. And Hanzo and his son try to hide, but his son begins to cry seeing all of the dead around him. When they run back home and they find Hanzo's wife has been slaughtered, this leads to the future Scorpion having no mercy on all of these ninjas, which is not dissimilar to how the Scorpion was fighting those ants with no mercy and using his willpower to attempt to survive. The son cries as the father takes out all of these ninjas, and we see that the leader of the clan is Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero is now he has the son by the throat, and it's so very not good. Sub-Zero freezes Hanzo, who is crying out for his son, Satoshi. It's so intense and devastating. Sub-Zero kills both the father and son. What a way to set up our protagonist and to start this feature. I mean, I don't think I've ever cared about Scorpion as strongly as I do after seeing the events of the beginning of this film. We cut to Raiden, who is attacking Liu Kang. Again, this thing just is so good at setting up dominoes. This fight is so beautifully done. We then see Johnny Cage, and his woman is leaving him. She is walking out on Cage, and his long-lost agent calls him up for a job in China. Boom, we get to China. Sonya Blade is having a street fight. Wait, wrong franchise. I mean, Sonya is having, a blacktop combat. Okay, good, no gimmick infringement. As Sonya is fighting, she has a flashback to when she first met Jax. Surprisingly, Sonya kills the guy that she's in the fight with, but before she does, she gets the location, I'm assuming for the tournament, where all these characters will come together. Back to Hanzo, who is now getting tortured in Netherrealm by a three-eyed ogre thing. This monster is entertaining but also informative, explaining to Hanzo that he is in basically hell, and that this place He can feel everything, but nothing can kill him. Hanzo is about to use this information that nothing can kill him to his advantage, and he breaks free and takes out thousands of monsters, working his way to the throne of this hellish place. He believes that the person on the throne is the ruler, Shinnok, but instead it's the sorcerer, Quan Chi. Quan makes Hanzo an offer to take up the Nether Realm's spot in the Mortal Kombat tournament. After Quan and Hanzo fight a bit, Hanzo agrees to go to the tournament since Quan says Sub-Zero will be at the fight. Hanzo tells Quan that Hanzo is dead, call me Scorpion. While at the tournament, Quan Chi wants Scorpion to steal a key to give to Shinnok. At this point, I realize the movie is 100% a modern retelling of the 1995 film, except that it's done so much better. I wonder if the makers of this were children in the 90s who liked the film and even the 96 cartoon but knew things could be better. Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, and Sonya Blade all meet up for the boat ride to the Mortal Kombat tournament. And again, this movie makes things feel similar to the 95 film, but way better than that. Sonya trying to radio to Jax in disbelief in the 95 film was frustrating, but Johnny Cage complaining that he paid for international cell phone service, but he isn't getting any bars, is amusing because Johnny is the character that can get by with acting dumb or aloof. At one point it hit me that I felt like this movie was entering greatness territory. However, I have to keep my optimistic nature at bay because before we got to the tournament, I was pretty okay with the 95 movie. It was during and after the tournament where things started to fall apart. Liu Kang asks Raiden, shouldn't we tell Johnny that this is real? And Raiden replies, his journey is one of discovery. And besides, I find it amusing that line, that I find it amusing, was pure gold to me. And it was this moment in the movie where Raiden, who was played by Dave Mitchell, got on the same level as Clancy Brown playing Raiden in Defenders of the Realm, which to me was, it's hard to beat Clancy Brown. I just think that guy does such great work. Scorpion and Quan Chi watch as the Earthrealmers walk a long path to the famous dining hall scene. Only this one is surely has no ties to Harry Potter. As soon as the heroes arrive, one fighter rips another fighter's arm off during an arm wrestling match. This setup, this version of the tournament has so many unique and interesting looking fighters, way more than I had expected. Johnny still believes that he's going to a movie set, and so he goes to try and get food from, craft services, I think. But everything in the food, it appears alien. Shang Tsung explains how the tournament works. This really, it's making me believe that this might be the best non-video game Mortal Kombat. Please keep up the good work, movie. Scorpion is not scared and breaks into a hidden area of this fight world to try and get that MacGuffin for Quan Chi. At this point, the movie keeps cutting back and forth between Shang Tsung, who has Kano bring out fodder, which turns out to be Jax, for the fighters to be entertained by in Shang's mind, and Scorpion's attempt to get the magical key thing for Quan Chi. Johnny thinks Sonya is hot when she is angry, but it's crazy because Jax is set to face the Mortal Kombat champion, Goro, and this Goro is 100% Brock Lesnar. I think WWE even put out a 4-armed Brock Lesnar action figure at one point in I think it was a Mutants action figure line. Jax tells Sonya that he has this fight between him and Goro, but Jax definitely does not have this. Back to Scorpion and his MacGuffin hunt. Raiden pops in and says not to take the key, and Scorpion asks Raiden what choice does he have. Raiden tells Scorpion, "You are a free man. Time you start acting like it." This Raiden may have even just eclipsed Clancy Brown with that line, because Raiden wanting or instructing Scorpion to basically man up was such quality stuff. Shang Tsung tells Goro he shouldn't play with his food, as if Goro might actually eat Jax, which is quite terrifying and terrible. Goro then subsequently rips both of Jax's arms off. I hope Jax doesn't die, because I kind of like this dude. Thankfully, Raiden comes in and cauterizes both of the wounds to prevent Jax from bleeding out. Shang Tsung accuses Raiden of breaking the rules until Raiden accuses Shang Tsung of basically not following the protocol. And then, ta-da, Shang starts the tournament in a huff because he knows that he did naughty stuff. Johnny, still unaware that this isn't a show, gets teleported and he thinks that he got drugged. Johnny's fight is with Baraka. What a reality check for Johnny Cage. Johnny yells at Baraka, "We haven't even rehearsed." It's such fun writing. This is leaps and bounds better than the 90s live action, or the 95 live action stuff. Baraka only loses because of an accident he caused, which is a fun, interesting way to have Johnny Cage win and Baraka to lose. Sonya versus Reptile, and this Reptile is so well done. I know I'm mostly praising this film due to how much I dislike the 95 and especially the 97 live action abominations. But yeah, I really like how characters are treated well. Even in just one fight, he doesn't win and he gets his head cut off, but at least this Reptile didn't look like trash, which is what bothered me about his execution in the 95 movie. Kitana and Liu Kang go at it. Liu tries to talk Kitana into switching sides, but she doesn't come to the Earthrealm team. She does forfeit and allow Liu to win. At the end of the day, Shang Tsung compliments Raiden on his day, as Shang expected the Earthrealmers to be dead on day one. We see a couple of non-tournament fights. One where Scorpion fights off Sub-Zero's clan, and then Sonya and Johnny Cage team up to fight the Black Dragons. The Black Dragons are trying to weaken the Earth folk, I think within the backing of Shang Tsung. I'm not really sure about that one exactly. I love when Johnny finally realizes everything is real, because he has such a great line. I have stuntmen for stuff like this. I'm not Tom Cruise. Scorpion has come into the fighting area of all of the heroes, and at first Liu Kang and Sonya Blade believe that they're going to have to fight Scorpion because they saw him on this big slaughter spree. Johnny pukes while watching all of the killing that Scorpion does, and while Liu and Sonya worry that they need to fight Scorpion due to being at Mortal Kombat, Johnny Cage is smart enough to know they don't have to fight, and so he asks Scorpion and just checks. He's like, "Do you want to fight?" And then he asks the other heroes, "Do you guys want to fight?" And nobody wants to fight, so he's like, "All right, then let's not." When Raiden comes by, Johnny says, "Buddha, snap your fingers and get us home." Raiden lets the good guys know that the final battle awaits. Scorpion is done with these people and walks away. Johnny will not shut up, so Sonya kicks him between the legs. This just feels like the best version of every one of the characters from the Mortal Kombat world. With the possible exception of maybe the Mortal Kombat Legacy, those shorts did really good work with very little time. Scorpion finally gets what he came here for, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Scorpion kills Sub-Zero in a heinous but also surprisingly quick way. That is until Quan Chi reveals that it was he who had the ninjas kill Scorpion's family. It was insanely awesome. This will not go well for Quan Chi. That is for sure. We are in the end game now. Liu Kang is taking on Goro, which makes me think what might happen if Brock Lesnar ever fought Bruce Lee. Scorpion appears and kills Goro, which means that the Earthrealm win. Scorpion then takes on Quan Chi to get his revenge. It's the Sorcerer versus the Killing Machine. This thing was perfectly executed. 7 out of 5 stars. I'm very happy I put on this whole thing. Liu and crew are headed home, and Liu Kang tells Raiden that he let him down. He didn't beat Goro, and Raiden says to him that it was never Goro he was chosen to stop, but rather Shao Kahn himself, the Emperor. Scorpion kills Quan Chi, so in the end, Scorpion got his revenge. Well done, folks. Well done. Please let Battle of the Realms be at least great. And I hope that you have yourself watched Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. And if you haven't, I wholeheartedly recommend that you check it out. It is an R-rated movie, but so is the Mortal Kombat franchise. It's immature. This movie, it just follows or enhances the characters that you know from the game. Thank you for listening to me review. Come back all week for more content. Later.